Hello students, today we'll start with a new concept, that is Smith chart. So what exactly is Smith chart, application of Smith chart? So then what are the applications with respect to transmission lines? So we are going to discuss in this concept, right? So Smith chart is an graphical method of solving transmission line problems very easily, so which is very tedious by solving analytical method. So whenever we have the problems of complex, so we can easily solve using Smith chart, right? So what exactly it consists of Smith chart? So construction of Smith chart includes, which consists of a constant resistance circles as well as constant resistance arcs. You see here in this diagram, which includes a complete one circle here. So in that we have many circles of the different resistance values here. So these are called constant resistance circles. See, if you take in a graph, if you take this point as -1, 0, this one as a origin, this is 1, 0, then 0, 1, then this is 0, -1, right? So in this we have come across many circles. So in this circle we have many circles here. So these are having with a value r equal to 0, resistance value is 0, then r equal to 1 by 7, 1/3. So it go on what, increasing the value r equal to 1, 3, 7 up to what here, see here r value is what, infinity, means here resistance value is what, infinite. So this is called a constant r circles in the Smith chart, right? So the gap between these are equally spaced between the what other side also, means it's a symmetrical, right? By considering this one as what, center of the Smith chart, we can call it as origin also, right? So this is about the constant resistance circles. We have one more, that is constant reactance circles also. So those are also called as arcs, right? So consider this diagram here in this circle. So this will be having divided into two halves, upper half and lower half. Can you observe here? So this first arc, what you consider, is having the reactance value x equal to 0.2. So meanwhile resistance are denoted with the r, but reactance are denoted with what, x. Here it is x equal to 0.2. You observe here, so one more arc is here. It is also called reactance circles also, right? Here it is x equal to 0.5, here x equal to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 5, then so it will go out maximum value. So same way we have the constant reactance circles also. So in the lower half of the Smith chart also, you can see here this first arc what we have taken is x equal to -0.2, means it is exactly the mirror image with respect to horizontal axis. So here we are considering these lower part of the Smith chart circles values are negative, right? So your next value is what, -0.5, next -1, next constant reactance circle, it's x equal to -2, x equal to -5. So this is how these constant resistance circles and reactance circles forms the complete Smith chart to solve numericals which are related to transmission lines, which are very complex in nature, like to find input admittance, output admittance, then load point, ZS, generator impedance, so etc. So such kind of numericals we are going to solve in this what concept, right? So next one more point. So outside of this Smith chart, so we have a concept of a wavelength concept, like we can move wavelength towards generator in a clockwise direction, or else wavelength towards load also. So if I traverse complete one circle along the periphery of the Smith chart, so it will cover lambda by 2 distance, where lambda is the wavelength of transmission line, which uses the source of energy like microwave energy, right? So if I traverse only half, so that will be lambda by 4. So it is 0, like lambda by 8, lambda by 4, 3 lambda by 8 means 3/4, right? So here it's a lambda by 2. So it will be covering one circle having the lambda by 2 value. So this is about the outer circles along the periphery of the Smith chart, right? So the angle what we are observing here are the angle of reflection coefficients in degrees. So these are very helpful to find angle of reflection coefficients. While solving the numericals, you will come to know how exactly so it will be used. Remember, from this point, if I move the clockwise direction, so it means that we are moving towards the generator which is covers some wavelength, which is denoted as what? Lambda g, wavelength towards generator, right? So if I traverse in an anti-clockwise direction, so it represents a wavelength towards load. It is denoted with a lambda L. So this is all about constant resistance circles, constant reactance circles, as well as wavelength towards generator, as well as wavelength towards the load along the periphery of the Smith chart. So we have come across one more kind of circle, that is constant VSWR circles, or else SWR circles, or else it is also called as rho circle, right? So we will see how exactly it looks, rho circle. See, consider this one as a Smith chart. So in that, with the center, if you draw and complete a circle, the center with a Smith chart center, so value what we are obtaining at the right hand side, it is rho, that is VSWR, voltage standing wave ratio. This is V max, this is V minimum. This circle is called constant rho circle. The value at this point, V minimum, is what? 1 by rho. Value at this point is what? Rho, which is V max, right? This is what the illustrating the constant rho circle, right? So now we'll quickly move on to the next sub concept in this topic. So that is applications and properties of Smith chart. This is very important. Many times in exam they have asked, like, explain the applications and properties of Smith chart with a basic example, right? So I'll take one basic example here. So how to illustrate, how to use the Smith chart to solve some basic numericals which are related to transmission lines, right? So we have taken example here, like ZL is equal to 120 plus J 160 ohm they have given, right? So with respect to this example, we'll explore some basics here in the Smith chart, right? Then also they have given Z0 value as 400 ohm, where Z0 is a characteristic impedance of a transmission line, where ZL is a load impedance, which is 120 plus J 160 ohm, right? So the first point in that is we need to find constant resistance and reactance circles values. So which are given as, constant resistance circle is given as small r, which is equal to RL by Z0, where RL is the real part of the load impedance, where Z0 is the characteristic impedance, that is Z0 400 ohm, right? What is RL value here? 120. Z0 value 400. Similarly, if I want a constant reactance circle value, XL by Z0. See, this is the reactance part, so 160 divided by again characteristic impedance, that is Z0, right? So if I do this division of RL Z0 and XL by Z0, so I will get constant resistance circle value as well as constant reactance circle values. This procedure is called as normalization. This process is called normalization, and also the ratio ZL by Z0 is called per unit load impedance or normalized impedance. For each and every numerical in the Smith chart, this is the first and foremost step which is involved in the solving the numericals, right? So we'll solve step by step. So to find RL by Z0, it's a 120 by 400, we will get the 0.3. So constant resistance circle value is what? 0.3, right? Similarly, X, that is constant reactance circle value, is given by XL by Z0, which is equal to 160 by 400. Here 160 by 400, I will get the value as what? 0.4. Therefore the normalized value of the impedance, so it will be what? 0.3 plus j 0.4. Remember, it is a impedance by impedance, means resistance by resistance. It has no unit, it is just a constant value. We need to plot this value into the Smith chart. So this is very interesting here. So I explained in the constant resistance circles values, constant resistance circle value, we are having the values of small resistance increasing value up to this point here infinite. Similarly arcs also. So we need to find where exactly this 0.3 resistance, constant resistance value, and 0.4 reactance value. Obviously this 0.4 is a plus sign which is having plus sign. Obviously it will come upper half of the Smith chart, and 0.3 we need to search. See, here we are having the 0.3 constant resistance circle. Can you observe here with the dotted line? See, here they have mentioned R equal to 0.3. Similarly, so there is a one arc, dotted arc here, that is constant reactance circle, which is having the value 0.4. Where exactly they are meeting at this point, right? Make this point as A with O as a center, OA as a radius. Draw a complete one circle. So which gives 2 points on the horizontal axis. This right hand side point B is called Vmax point. This left hand side point D is called as V minimum point. So point E in the Smith chart is called short circuit end. Point F is called open circuit end. Right. So this is the basic first step. So we'll move on to the next steps. What exactly the terms which are involved here. VSWR determination. How to find VSWR in this given data, right? So in this, O as a center, OA as radius we have drawn already, that circle. So R value of 3.9 here. This is the point B having the value 3.9 will be what? Rho, that is VSWR value. So determination of its magnitude. How to find this magnitude of reflection coefficient? So that we need to find using what? Extend this OA line to cut outermost circle, means outermost part of the Smith chart. There we have some angles. So for this numerical angle will be 133.2 degrees, right? So this is about the angle. But how to find the voltage reflection coefficient magnitude? So we have the OA as a radius, below the Smith chart we have some scalings. Therein they have mentioned voltage reflection coefficient with the OA as radius magnitude. Just to cut that, so you'll get the magnitude around 0.59. So therefore reflection coefficient can be denoted with the magnitude as well as angle. See here it is a 0.59 with an angle of 133.2 degrees. So this is how we need to calculate the reflection coefficient magnitude and angle. Magnitude with the lower scale, angle with what? Extension of this OA with towards outermost circle of the Smith chart. So far we have found out rho circle, means that is VSWR value, then reflection coefficient and its magnitude and angle, as well as we have plotted normalized impedance, right? It's a 0.3 and 0.4, J 0.4. Next point we'll see that is a location of Vmax and V minimum. This one already I have shown here. Whatever the value I'll get right hand side of this rho circle, this will be what? Vmax point. Then left hand side which cuts the horizontal axis, D point, which is will be what? V minimum, right? So values of that corresponding Vmax and V minimum are 3.91 as well as 0.26, right? So this is a fifth point. Next point, open and short circuit line. So already I have mentioned here. So point F is what? Open circuit point. Then point E is what? Short circuited point. Next, movement along the periphery of the Smith chart. So I mentioned in the introduction part, from point E, if I start moving clockwise direction, that will be what? Wavelength towards generator, right? So which covers, if I complete traverse one circle, so it covers what? Lambda by 2 distance. Here to here lambda by 4, here to here lambda by 4, total lambda by 2. If I traverse from E point towards what? In anti-clockwise direction, that results in what? Wavelength towards what? Load. So this is all about the movement along the periphery. Okay, this is all about the basics. So next, this conversion of impedance to admittance will discuss while discussing the impedance matching, that is what? Single stub numericals. Okay, this is all about the basics or applications of Smith chart. Okay, I'll stop here. So rest all the things we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.